Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to look at the deadlift. The deadlift is one of the most hyped up exercises in all of lifting, and it's for good reason, because the deadlift is one of the best exercises to get stronger on, that transfers into everyday life activities. So picking heavy things off from the floor helps you in all regards. So let's dive into the video here. Alright, starting off, they are just warming up here, and this is how a deadlift should look like. So a few pointers here. You see this is a conventional stance deadlift, and the bar path, like the way the bar goes, travels through air, should always be in almost a straight line, or as straight of a line as possible. So foot positioning, this is the normal foot positioning, should be around mid-foot. You should stand under the bar, right? So the bar should be about at the mid of your foot, of your feet, and your feet shouldn't point out too much to the side or too straight. So it should be in a natural stance. Okay, now this is the starting position, right? So you grab the bar and then you drive your hips under it until you feel like you're about to explode, right? And then you merely stand up. So you think about creating tension, everything nice and steady, chest up. Now here's some common mistakes. This one is called the, how should we call it? It's the hands not straight, trying to bicep curl the bar up thing, whereby some people don't keep the tension, like don't keep their arms fully locked out. So a lot of tension goes like, first of all, it's dangerous for your arms, you know, because you could just rip something. But second of all, the force is not being transferred as good. So your arms are never as strong as your whole posterior chain. So if you see here, I have no tension in my arms, and then I want to pull, but I first need to straighten the arms and then I can pull. So I lose a lot of tension here. Okay. Here I have my hips too high. This means that that I'm using a lot of my back, but almost no legs here. So this looks like a this is a common mistake, that people's ass raises in the air, and then they lift the whole bar with their back, right? So the opposite of that would be that people don't use their back as much, but try to squat the weight up. And then the squatting of the weight up looks like, as you see here, this would be the squatting motion. You see the bar path is completely messed up, because you actually need the bar to travel forward so that it can go up, right? Another mistake that people commonly do is they don't move their hips and their knees. They don't bend their hips and their knees at the same time. So this would be a good deadlift, where you see right as the bar starts moving, my hips start to bend and my knees start to bend at the same time. This would be bending at the hips, but too late at the knees, right? So this would be the opposite, bending at the knees, but keeping the hips straight, and then the hips need to catch up. It's another mistake. And this is the right position. So knees and hips bending at the same time, at the start and at the finish. Obviously, the heavier you go, the less perfect, like textbook form, your deadlift is going to be. Like a deadlift with 60 kilogram is never gonna look the same as a deadlift with 160 kilogram. Like it's approximately the same, right? So your back should always be in a safe position. But a near maximal attempt, be mindful of that, is never as perfect as the warm-up weight. So that's just a fact, right? So the one thing you need to always have in place is that your lower back is actually not rounding your lumbar spine, the lower part of your spine, because your spine is very well suited to have like forces pushing down, or even forces that come from the side, but it's not like, if these are your vertebrae, it's not suited for shearing forces, right? So if your spine bends, this is a shearing force. So yeah. Yeah, and that's it about deadlifting. Like, here's a little tip that you can use when collecting the weights. Just lift the bar, and obviously always clean up after you. Yeah, I hope this helped, and I'd appreciate a like and a comment down below. And for updates, you can subscribe to the channel, and see you guys soon.